Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am back. Wow. Welcome back to another episode of Start to Finish, where you join me on a journey to create a track from start to finish. Yes, today it looks like I might be flying the jet across the South Pacific Ocean. Does it even exist, the South Pacific Ocean? I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I look like I'm about to blast off into space, or like there should be a green screen behind me, and it should be like fucking Uranus or something. Not Uranus, but Venus or something behind me. Yeah, that's what's going on today. I'm back, and as you can probably see, what are those chords? What are these serum patches? Don't worry about that right now. Don't worry. We're back working on this stupid song that's been plaguing me for how long have we been working on this? When did we do the first start to finish? Well, the last one was December 2nd, so it's over a month. We're back now. Back on schedule. Mondays and Thursdays. I'ma stick to it like glue. Here we are, start to finish, working on this track, My Love. This is going to be part 5. Is it going to be the last episode of series 1, season 1? Probably no. Probably not. Well, before we talk about that, I'm going to be working with the sub pack on now. Everybody's like, oh, talk about your mastering and yada, yada, yada. Really, literally on my mastering, all the mastering is going on in all of my channels, everything that I've done to my channels, and that I've talked about that in the video, Create Music Faster. Go watch that video. You'll learn a lot. So there's no I'm going to throw my template, throw my song into my Ozone preset, and it's going to come out like fucking fire. No, that shit doesn't exist. There's nothing like that. You want to talk about mastering? Get yourself a sub pack, baby. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, yeah. The key to success right there. The sub pack. Get yourself a sub pack. It will change your life. It will change the way you hear your favorite songs and hear your own songs, and you'll just get better. That's just how it is, because you'll be like, man, this shit's fucking garbage. And it's like, oh, man, sub pack. Boom. Yeah, shit just gets better. So I changed the drop. Yes, I changed it again. This is what, the third time? Yes, but, a lesson here, you can't try to make tracks what they're not meant to be. And in the case of this record, it took this long for the track to start to gain its own identity, and for me, and hopefully you, the viewer, to start recognizing that identity that the track is naturally, organically taken on. It's not, we're trying to make it a raging beast, and it's like, no, this is a beautiful song. When we created the intro and the build-up and everything, I've never once thought of changing it. It's just spoke to me. It's very emotional. It's very just it's uplifting, and that's what we need to replicate in the drop. We're going to take 20 minutes, and we're going to get through this drop and hopefully into a little bit of the rest of the song. Hey, Google, set a timer for 20 minutes.
Okay, 20 minutes. Starting now.
Let's do it. The sub pack is on, so things might sound weird, so I might also be mixing things at the same time. So before we get to this drop, I'm probably gonna mix this sub bass real quick. Hold on. Hate's a strong word. I strongly dislike. I don't like mixing and making music in my headphones or on my monitors, because if I listen on my monitors, I'm going to be deaf, because it's got to be loud and whatever. It's going to annoy the hell out of me, and it's way too loud, and there's other people who live here, and it's like they don't want to hear that shit. So and I don't like making it in my headphones, because my headphones are good, don't get me wrong. I love these things. If I in a pinch, I could pull it off. It's fine. That's why I've been cool. But I always finish my songs on the sub pack and my headphones, and I always make my songs just on laptop speakers. I got a regular shitty old MacBook Pro Touch Bar 13-inch. I just make the speakers on here are outstanding, some of the best I've ever heard. And I just use that, and then I just do the rest of it when I'm when the song's completely done. I'll put on the sub pack, and I'll do the final mix and stuff. So let's get back into it right here. Mixing the sub bass, separated it into 2 channels. The 808 here. One channel is going to be higher. And what did I do here? What am I doing? 808.5, 808.5. Okay, cool. So let's do this. Turn this off. Let me turn this up though. So I'm going to separate this into 2 channels here. What is this? Why is there so much? This must be different. I'm deleting this one because the other one, this sits differently. So I'm separating this into 2 channels because this is in the key of A, and I want this to kind of hit in the key of A good, you know what I mean? So I'm separating it into 2 channels, and then 1 channel for all my high notes, because you really gotta, in a car, like especially cars like mine with all these like speakers and subwoofers inside of them, like this note right here, that's just gonna, like, you're gonna be like shaking in the car. That's a powerful note on a system. That's a powerful note. It's gonna like take up a lot of headroom, so you're gonna have control over that. So I'm not gonna boost it. I'm gonna put it like right there, and then the other ones, what is this? Now here, this is a very strong 808. Good. And then I can turn this one down a little bit, and then turn this one down a little bit, and then just delete this. And then, so I don't need it there anymore. So now with our drums, we have this. Let me turn this both on here. With our drums, we get this. Woo! I might play with those with those snares, but I don't know. So let me get this here. Like, it sounds good. Oh, I need to do this. So it's like. Okay, so that like sounds really good. This sounds really good. Now I turned this. I made the track a lot more melodic. Like, the track was speaking to me in a very melodic, emotional kind of tone. So I kind of just, I made some chords, and I went through, and these are the chords that we have here. It's 3 layers, and I have it in a chord section here, and I separated my Screech into a movement group. This is a technique with Screeches in particular. It's hard for me to focus on one thing. I have that problem. But I have two groups of Screeches, my normal group and a movement group. This is a technique I picked up in the last 2 months. And I separate it, and on one, it's the same Screeches, all 3 of my different Screeches, my layers and whatnot. On the move, I can put an LFO tool on there, and I'd like to do all my movement Screeches on there. If I need to do something that requires an LFO, or if I'm gonna do it like manually, it'd be in the normal, and it would be like if I was gonna MIDI note it. But if I was gonna LFO tool it, I throw it in the move section. So that's a technique that I picked up recently, and I may or may not use it in this track, because I am going to layer this melodic stuff that I'm about to show you with some Screeches, and it's like a really cool technique, because it adds like that. The Screech just sounds good with everything, in my opinion, in my experience. You can put it with things if you're crafty enough and be like, get it to sound really good. But this is what we have here. So these are the chords. So that noise there is just, it's 3 layers here. Was really 2 layers, but one's pan 36L and one's pan 36R. So here's 36L, and it's the same thing. And this is just playing the high sheen. That's like the glam. This is the glam of the noise. And then you put it together, and then this is gonna play your body. This is playing your mids and your body, and then all together you're gonna get this. And then with that in there, what I have is doing "If You Give Me My Love," or however it goes. It's like I might open up Arcade again and like try to find some different vocal chops and kind of do something really cool. But this is what we got. It's cool, man. Oh, wow, that actually just kind of solved itself. Now, what I'm going to do, this is like, I don't want this to be like drowned out. So what I'm actually going to do is actually turn these off, and I'm going to try something. I'm going to try something here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to consolidate these, right? I'm going to consolidate these because I need these to kind of sit wider out. They're going to be in mono, but they need to sit wider out than the 36L and 36R chords, right? So this is a technique that we're going to do. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to duplicate this. Now that this is duplicated, what I'm going to do... I'm just going to move it to the side. First, I'm going to pan it out wider. I'm going to pan it out wider than those chords are. Now, watch what I do. You don't hear a difference yet, but now look. Now we're somewhere. Now I'm just going to upgrade this and monetize it. Monetize. That's funny. Now we can kind of play with this, how wide we want it. That's cool. Now I need to make another channel of this because I want that to stay in the center. I need it to stay in the center. So what I'm going to do here is make a new channel. I'm going to duplicate this twice. Now it's getting a little out of hand a little bit. So now that I duplicated that twice, what is this? I have 45 and 45. Okay. Like that. I know you guys haven't just hold off for it. These are just final touches before I show you guys what I've been coming up with. I actually did this all this morning when I came back and said, wow, this sucks. I need to actually it's hard for me to make stuff on camera because most of it's just me just sitting here quiet. I won't do anything all day. I won't eat. I'll just work on a song and I'll just sit here and there's no social interaction or anything. It's really just, it's a very solitary thing. And then when you open up this new thing of being on camera, doing stuff, it kind of changes your workflow and you kind of get thrown off. So I had to listen to my inner self, and this is what we kind of got here. Cool. That sounds a lot better now. Let me just put this in mono so it's not going to mess up anything. Then turn it down. Like 5. And then what does this do? And then I need this to just be like this. Cool. That might work. This might be what I do. And then what I'm going to do is kind of like put this on. So now it sounds floaty. And then I'm going to turn this down. Now I need to hear how this sounds with all my other stuff here, so check it. Nice. So that's what we got there, and then I put doing the we ain't showing love, like showing love. My computer's frozen right now; it's doing weird things, but then it's a clever way that I kind of put this in here. Showing love. So now what I'm gonna do is kind of add in some reverb back into this. I took it out purposely, but I'm gonna add the reverb back in. What is it on this one? What was that? That was 22, right? Yeah, so that was 22% reverb. Come on, damn it. So 22% reverb. Cool. 22%. What did I do? I don't know what I did, but whatever. Now it's cool. Now it has some drag on it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the screeches. Yeah, we're going to have some screech time, baby. Yeah, it's going down. All right, so, where do we begin? Wow. So that's what it does. La 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 la. Okay, cool. I need to make sure this is gonna be in the right little thingamajigger. So now, what is this? Is this the whole thing? So the whole thing needs to be soloed. Okay, so let's work with the screech here. I need to work here. So like literally now, I'm going to like. I'm gonna so like. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. F4? Where's F4? D4, F4. Okay, so now I know I'm just gonna. Okay, fuck that. That's not gonna work. So now I'm just gonna like just be duplicating the pattern that I did here. Okay, so we've got that. Cool. I'm gonna screech here. This is like sounding really weird, I know, but just deal with it. Okay, so that's what we got. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the movement that I did here, and I'm going to place it onto this here, like so. And now we should see the movement be the same as our chords, like so. And now what I'm going to do, right, is I'm going to like turn it off at the end of each of these, so it's not any like weird sounding things, right? So I'm just literally turning it off in between each note, and it should like hit a lot better. Now what we're going to do is bring in all our highs. So now it should sound like this. Alright, let me just stop doing that accent. It's weird. Okay, cool. So that's what that sounds like. You probably think it's like, oh, that sucks. Now let's just listen to the whole thing again with all the changes we made. But so get a listen to it. Here we go. That is so cool, man. That I like this. I like where this is going. This is so cool. Wow. Let me just make sure there's anything else that I can kind of add in here. The one part that I'm kind of iffy on that's kind of cheesy to me is this part here. Yeah, like what the fuck is that? This right here is something that I can kind of put in here. This here. That's cool. Let me export the Midi from this. Export Midi clip. My love top meld. I don't know. So I took the Midi out of that and freeze that track again, because I know there's something that I can probably put in there over the drop and like kind of give it some oomph. Like now we've got something that's really solid, but it doesn't have that like what is that thing that's like driving me forward, you know, that's gonna be that our constant, what we can call our constant. So let me just flatten this. It's analog strings. All right, that's cool. Flatten. My sister said the funniest thing today. She sent me a message because she knows, like, if I go to a music festival, if I go to like a show at a club or whatever, I'm just gonna stand there. I'm not gonna be out in the crowd like, oh, headbanging, like, oh, closer. Oh, like I can't do it. It's way too long. My head's gonna hurt. My stomach's gonna hurt. I'm not gonna be happy. She sent me this thing where it was like a silent party. Everybody was just sitting there and they had their headphones on. The guy was playing the saxophone and like playing the keyboard and like guitar and bass like all at the same time, and like it was like a live thing. He was making it as he goes, and like everybody was just sitting there with their legs crossed and shit. Like, this is very nice. I really enjoy this on a Saturday morning. Like, the guy's actually fire. What's the guy's name? The guy's name is FKJ. Absolutely fire. You're welcome. But here we go. Back to this. Let me throw some stuff on here. Cool. Okay. Now I'm gonna duplicate this. Now we're gonna drop here. Let me just make sure this is even gonna make sense, because I don't know where my ideas be coming from sometimes. So we've got this, and then the chords come in like this. So let me just get the chords, solo this, and make sure this is gonna make sense. Nice. That's dope. That's cool. Wow, that was so dope. I like it. Wow, that's weird. Maybe like the lower one. So I don't know, it depends on how that sounds. It's not prominent enough and it just kind of sits there, so it's not really like strong enough to stay in, but it definitely needs something behind it. I don't know. We'll come up with that in the next episode. Maybe even play around with some more vocals, but that's what we got. We redid the drop, and now we've got this cool ass thing that's so sick. We're on to something. Thank you guys for joining me. I know this is like probably super annoying, but this is what it is. This is being a music producer. This is being an artist, being a creative. You go round and round, and you take a break. You have writer's block. You do whatever, and it's just like you come back. You work forever on. Sometimes you work fast. Sometimes you work slow. This is just the ebb and flow of creativity. Thank you guys. This has been Start to Finish, where you join me on a journey to create a track from start to finish. I'm your host, Isaiah from the Lit Lords. Thank you guys. We're back Mondays and Thursdays. New video Thursday. See you guys later. Peace.